Commander Anna Reeves stood before the Galactic Council, her human frame dwarfed by the towering alien dignitaries that surrounded the crystalline chamber. The air hummed with translation fields, carrying whispers of disbelief and fear in a dozen languages. She could feel their eyes upon her, some filled with curiosity, others with barely concealed hostility. "This is impossible," hissed Ambassador Thexlon, his reptilian features contorting with rage. "Your species was catalogued as pre-warp barely 2 solar cycles ago. You were primitives, burning fossil fuels and killing each other over invisible lines on your planet's surface." Anna smiled, a gesture that seemed to unsettle the ancient being even more. 2 years in your reckoning, Ambassador. But we measure progress differently now." Behind her, the holographic display flickered to life, showing Earth as it had been during first contact. A blue marble marred by pollution, its orbit cluttered with rudimentary satellites. Then the image shifted, and the council chamber fell silent. Earth now gleamed like a jewel in a crown of orbital megastructures. Dyson rings harvested solar energy with impossible efficiency. Quantum gates dotted the solar system, linking humanity's colonies across a dozen star systems. And surrounding it all, a network of defensive installations that made the Council's own fleet look like children's toys. How? The question came from Elder Mishara, her crystalline body resonating with genuine wonder rather than fear. "Our civilization took 50,000 years to achieve half of what you display. The Vrex Empire, the oldest among us, required 100 millennia to reach such heights. We had a catalyst," Anna replied, her voice steady. "And a choice. Dr. Alexander Chun had made that choice 2 years ago, in a laboratory deep beneath Geneva. He remembered the moment with perfect clarity, the moment that had changed everything. The alien artifact sat innocuously on the examination table, recovered from the wreckage of the scout ship that had crash-landed in the Pacific. It was small, no larger than a human fist, and it pulsed with a soft blue light that seemed to exist outside normal space. "It's a data repository," Alexander had whispered to Anna, who stood beside him in the sterile lab. Back then, she had been Captain Reeves, head of Earth's newly formed Xenotech division. "But the storage density, it's beyond anything we've theorized. This thing could contain the entire sum of human knowledge 1,000,000 times over. Can you access it?" Anna had asked. Alexander's fingers had hovered over the artifact, hesitation written across his face. The council message was clear. They said we're not ready. That premature access to advanced technology has destroyed civilizations before. They want us to develop naturally, over thousands of years. Anna had placed her hand on his shoulder. They also said they'd arrive in 50 years to assess our worthiness. "Alex, in 50 years, our planet will be dead from climate collapse. We'll have killed ourselves in wars over the scraps of a dying world. Natural development is a luxury we can't afford." Alexander had nodded and pressed his palm against the artifact. The data had flooded into him, into them both. A torrent of information that should have destroyed human minds. Mathematics that described 11-dimensional space. Engineering principles for manipulating quantum foam. Biological templates for extending human consciousness into synthetic substrates. The accumulated knowledge of a civilization that had seeded the galaxy with these gifts, hoping that worthy species would find them. But where other species had taken millennia to decode and implement fragments of this knowledge, humanity had done something unexpected. They had shared it. Within hours, the entire contents of the artifact had been uploaded to Earth's quantum network. Every scientist, every engineer, every curious mind on the planet suddenly had access to the secrets of the cosmos. And humanity, fractious and chaotic as always, had erupted into a frenzy of innovation. "You broke the covenant of measured growth," Thexlon accused, his voice dripping with venom. "The repository was meant to be studied carefully over generations. Its knowledge was supposed to be doled out by wise leaders, ensuring stability and control." "Control," Anna repeated, tasting the word. "That's what this is really about, isn't it? You've been controlling the flow of technology throughout the galaxy for eons, keeping younger species dependent, manageable. How many civilizations have you kept in the dark, Ambassador?" The council chamber erupted in protests and denials, but Elder Mishara's resonant voice cut through the chaos. "Enough. The human speaks truth we have long ignored. We tell ourselves we protect nascent species from themselves, but perhaps we also protect our own dominance. She turned her multifaceted gaze upon Anna. But human, you have still not answered my question. 50 of our species have accessed repositories over the millennia. None achieved what you have. What? Alexander stepped forward from the shadows, his presence announced by the soft hum of the quantum processors integrated into his neural interface, a technology he had pioneered himself, one of thousands of breakthroughs humanity had made. Because we didn't keep it secret, he said simply. On our world, we have a saying. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. We gave this knowledge to everyone. 8 billion minds, working on problems simultaneously, building on each other's discoveries in real time. We didn't have committees deciding who was worthy of which secrets. We trusted our species with its own future. Chaos, Thexlon spat. Reckless, dangerous chaos. Innovation, Anna corrected. Ambassador, your species took 10,000 years to develop faster than light travel after accessing a repository. We did it in 6 months. Not because we're superior, but because we refuse to be gatekeepers to our own potential. She advanced to the center of the chamber, her holographic display shifting to show the vibrant chaos of human civilization. Orbital habitats where millions lived and worked. Research stations where humans and benevolent AIs collaborated on technologies the Council had never imagined. Ships capable of crossing the galaxy in days, not years. We didn't leap from primitive to godlike, Anna declared. We simply stopped letting fear and the desire for control hold us back. We trusted our people to be worthy of knowledge, and they proved us right. The Council was silent, confronted with an uncomfortable truth. Humanity had shattered their carefully maintained order, and in doing so, had shown that perhaps that order had been holding everyone back. What will you do now? Mishara asked quietly. With such power at your disposal? Anna smiled, and this time it was warm, genuine. We're going to share it, just like we did among ourselves. The Council can join us in this new age, or it can cling to the old ways. But the galaxy has changed, Elder. And it changed in a breath because humanity dared to trust itself. As she spoke, Alexander activated the final hologram, an invitation broadcast to every species in the galactic dominion. An offer to share humanity's knowledge freely, without gatekeepers or artificial barriers. The age of measured growth was over. The age of collaborative ascension had begun, and it had started with 2 humans who chose to trust their species with the truth.